Hi loves, this is gonna be a reading on love, so collective love messages for everyone. I have been absent and I may become more present. Nobody knows, but I think it's coming, so we'll get back to it, I guess. But basically, okay, there's drama around me and stuff like that, and in a more romantic sense, I guess, but also Venus isn't even in retrograde yet, which is partly why I'm doing this reading. So love messages because of the entire Venus stuff going on in the air, and also I think Pluto's doing God knows what today or tomorrow or this week in general, whatever, because it's the end of what do you call it, June. But yeah, this is gonna be collective love messages, so please stick around. I'm pretty sure the piles have interesting things to say at the very least. But yeah, everything is pre-picked, pre-shuffled, blah blah blah, all of that good stuff. And then we're using the spiritual tarot, is that what it's called? It is. Wow, I've forgotten. For the actual cards you get to pick from. So yes, excuse my own energy, I guess. I feel like I need to rant or rage, but I'm gonna do neither. And well, I guess, but I'm gonna do a tarot reading instead and be productive, basically. So let's go, I guess. Anyways, okay, collective love messages. Thank you for sticking by if you've been here for a while, and if you are new, well, welcome. It's not always like this. Sometimes it is. Not often though, but still. Probably because I'm not open enough in general. But we'll get to that part in due time and everything else. Okay, collective love messages for pile 1, please. Pile 1. Okay, 1 card. Pile 2. Collective love messages. 1 card, please. There we go. And then pile 3. Collective love messages for pile 3. The collective. The third collective. Here we have it. Okay, let's see what happens. Cool. Pile 1. The Hermit. Pile 2 will be the Emperor. At least, yes, the Emperor. And then pile... okay, wait a sec. Jesus. And then pile 3 is going to be the Hanged Man. And let's see what happens here. Again, the reading also is on the collective messages for love in general. But let's see what comes up, I guess. Okay, I hope you have had enough time to pick, and I am gonna start with pile 1, which is the Hermit. Okay, so basically, collective love messages. Some of you may be coming out of a time where you were single or alone, or maybe you are entering a period of time where you are single and alone and you don't really want to spend time with either people of the opposite sex or the same sex, or whatever really. Maybe for some of you this is also friendship wise. You maybe don't want to spend time with your friends, or you haven't wanted to be in the public eye or anything like that, basically. Or even if you have been in the public eye, on the inside you were just like, I kind of want to be alone, or there's something in me that is tugging me away from people, basically. For others, this may actually be the culmination of the Venus retrograde, which is starting on well, it's actually not even starting anytime soon. It's starting on July the 22nd, but I feel like it's already like wreaking havoc in people's lives. Not really in mine, I guess. Not necessarily wreaking havoc necessarily, it's just meddling, really. That's it. But yeah, the point is that there may be some time to reconsider things and shed new light on them, basically, in the next 2 to 3 months, I want to say, especially where Virgo season comes as well, and that's, I believe, late August, yeah, to September. But let's see what your cards have to say. Okay, love messages. First cards are from the Sexual Magic Tarot, and we have the Hangman and Strength. Okay, putting a relationship on pause may be important here. Maybe it has been on pause. Maybe you want it to be alive, or maybe actually you want it to stay still for a while until you collect your thoughts, collect your belongings, collect your love. For some people here may be breaking up, not gonna lie. Okay, interesting. Please don't shoot the messenger. If this doesn't relate, please don't try to make it relate, and please pick a different pile or look at one of my other readings. But if this does relate, well then The breakup may have been coming for a while. Um, or if it hasn't been a breakup, it's been some kind of standstill. So maybe what do you do before you break up? Taking a break, I guess, which is technically a breakup, but obviously depends on the terms and conditions that both parties agree to. But yeah, having the strength here to walk away from someone is imperative, but also having the strength to trust yourself and to know that you will be caught no matter what is also imperative, because the hangman, it's just the way her legs are up there, but she does look like, you know, she's all right despite it all, basically. I mean, the guy's hanging out in the background being a weirdo, but still, whatever. We have two little dolls here that look like ketchup, but there's no ketchup on them. It's just a red string of fate. So maybe this connection has felt like it was fated, and perhaps also the, I don't want to say demise of it, but the separation was also fated in one sense, where if it's temporary for people who want to get back with this person, maybe a break is necessary just so both people or both parties can collect their thoughts and think about what they want to see next and what needs to happen next and all of that jazz. I feel like a lot of communication will need to happen to do with boundaries. I don't know why I'm getting that. All three are giving me type of like boundaries kind of thing. I mean, maybe because he's creeping up on her in the background, and in the strength card, she's literally taming a beast. And then the hermit, well, the hermit is full of boundaries, maybe too many boundaries, because he's alone and he's thinking about it. Some of you may be entering your villain era slash what do you call it, revenge glow up era, and with those, I all I gotta say is that you're probably not even entering your villain era. The only reason it feels like a villain era is because you are no longer being used by people who were happy to well, use you, not abuse you, I guess. Well, unless, but yeah, the only reason it will feel like a villain era to you is because you're not used to standing up for yourself or your boundaries in a non-negotiable way, basically. I actually hate the word non-negotiable, but it is what it is, I guess. So ultimately it probably wouldn't even be a villain era, or no one else besides you would class it as a villain era unless they're experiencing exactly the same thing you are, which is growing into your full power, frankly. Let's see what the next cards have to say. They're from the original Rider-Waite, and we have the Knight of Cups and the Chariot. Okay, making decisions to serve yourself here with the Chariot. Fast-paced movement. What else is there? Okay, I feel like from a standstill, there may be some movements in the movement towards some kind of integration in the summer, if that makes any sense for anybody. I don't think it'll be a full-on relationship, but I do feel like some type of cup will be extended, so a complimentary thing, an apology. What else is there, to be honest? I think there'll be communication headed in the right way, basically, in the right direction. So if you haven't heard from this person, they may pop up out of the woodworks, basically, which is unfortunate for some people that don't really care about it. So if you are looking for something new and this whole thing is popping up, maybe it's just the final clear out in your energy, basically, where it's going to get a boost from you or from the universe or whoever you believe in, really, to finally extend some type of cup and then lay it to rest, potentially. But there are two more cards, so we'll see what those have to tell. But yeah, I am getting very much single energy kind of thing here. Single lady, single man, that kind of thing, really. Gender non-specific, whatever, really. But yeah, minding your business, trying to do things that serve you, that kind of thing. For some of you, this means sexual escapades or whatever you really want to call them, especially with with both of these, to be honest, because it does give me fast-paced energy and you know, like one night stands kind of vibe. If you're not into that, please completely disregard that. I really do just feel like you'll be focusing more on yourself than you will be on anything else, and I think you will be busy whilst you're focusing on giving yourself love, basically. But I do feel like you will, if there has been a person and there has been a a background that's been slightly unsavory here, or there was an actual physical breakup, I do feel like you're not necessarily gonna want to get back with this person, but you may want some type of communication to clear things up, potentially. Let's see. Last cards we have are from the Moon Power Tarot, and we have the Five of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, wild stuff. These aren't giving me love messages vibes. This is giving me breakup vibes. winning at all cost here, and then feeling left out in the cold. So if this was a breakup, it's hard, basically. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. It doesn't feel nice, basically. Okay. Maybe someone said a lot of words that they didn't mean with the Five of Swords here, because swords are about communication, it's about thoughts, and all of those words that they said led them to the part where the breakup actually happened, and they're no longer in the picture anymore with the Five of Pentacles. Maybe there was a lot of silence in this relationship as well, where things should have been said that were not said, because this is giving me pantomime energy with the Five of Pentacles, although I'm assuming it's not, but God knows. But yeah, things were left unsaid, and now that kind of hurts, basically, in this relationship, or lack of a relationship, really. Although if you are together with this person and it's a bit silent right now, maybe they're concealing thoughts that they don't read, that are not really true necessarily, but i.e. like rude thoughts and things like that. So words that should not probably be spoken out loud, because they wouldn't actually mean those words. Yeah, angry people do not tell the truth. Angry people, quite frankly, mumble jumble, or whatever it is, like when you talk gibberish because you're angry. And I'm sorry, but I really don't think that angry people do tell the truth. Drunk people do, I think, that I do believe in, but yeah, I don't know where this feel is coming from, but it is what it is, I guess. But basically, that will relate to someone there. So if you needed some type of consolation about someone being angry at you and coming at you with all of this language that you just completely didn't expect, i.e. an outburst, which is giving me these vibes of the Five of Swords here, just winning at all costs and trying their best to what is it called, scale down fights before someone even has the chance to coming up with arguments, basically, before conclusions are even made. And it's just that kind of energy. But if that I feel like that's kind of past now, that's the thing. So if you're looking for communication out of a person immediately, I don't think it should happen, because I feel like the current energy is this, and if that communication happened immediately, you may say things that you really did not mean. So I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this Venus stuff that's going on, not just the retrograde itself, which is again on the 22nd of July, so this is slightly far away, but most people are meant to be confessing their feelings currently, and then by the 22nd of July they'll be rethinking things, redoing things, especially where love is concerned, to be honest. And even more so if you have 7th house placements or 5th house placements, maybe 12th house placements too, I'm not really sure, to be honest. But 7th house because relationships, and then 5th house because casual relationships, i.e. like sex, children, creativity, things like that, really, of that nature. But yeah, those kinds of topics will be resurfacing, and I feel like if you can wait it out. I mean, I don't think you want to, and I can understand, but at the same time, there's no need to win at every cost. There is no reason, there is no need to always be in the right, that kind of thing, to be the bigger person, blah 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 blah, all of that jazz, because you will only be hurting yourself, to be honest. Sometimes it's okay to be petty to an extent, but like there's no need to prove anything to anyone, is what I'm really getting at here, basically. So I hope this was okay, and please focus on yourself, because you actually do deserve the absolute world here with these cards. But yeah, thank you for being here. This is what I have for you. Please look at another reading if this doesn't resonate, or if it does resonate, well, please feel free to let me know. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one or the previous one. Also, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, because it helps out the algorithm and stuff. But yeah, see you in the next one. Bye. Pile 2, you have chosen the Emperor, and what I'm getting from this is that you may be entering a relationship soon, to be honest, or you may be shacking up with someone. That sounds so wrong, and I don't even use this language, but shacking up with someone or planning to move in with someone, the fingers with the little what do you call that, a unicorn, although it looks like a goat to me because it has a beard. A unicorn with a beard. But anyways, yeah, you may be planning things, you may be planning to move in with someone, potentially a male figure if you relate to that, just because the Emperor, but you know, whatever, apply how it applies. So you may be looking to move in with someone, or or you may be falling in love. I don't know. His gaze is very penetrating, but it looks, I don't know if I have the words for this. I mean, he looks bored and like he's what's the word, scrutinizing someone, to be honest. But it's a penetrating type of gaze. So you may be sharing some type of moment like this with another person, where you're coming to terms with each other on a telepathic level, basically. Some of you may also be working on your physique and also on actual physical matters of the, not of the heart, that's not what I mean, but like literal physicality kind of stuff, because the emperor has everything to do with earthly matters, but also finances, I guess. So some of you may be meeting someone of high status, but yeah. And if this is not someone new, I feel like you'll be elevating your relationship in the coming, I don't know, 2 or 3 months, because that's kind of where these love messages for the collective, personally, I've decided to head, basically. Just because I want to talk about the Venus retrograde, basically, which is over the next month and a half, something like that. Well, actually, in that case, probably 2 months in that case. Yeah, give or take 2 months. Okay, next cards we have are from the Sexual Magic Tarot, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. Hello, moving in together, but also spending time together, quality time together as well. Some of you also hear heavy emphasis on the someone doing magic, potentially, because all candles are connected. But if that's not the case, like love magic, I mean, if that's not the case, then just decorating your home, having lovely things to do together. Besides quality time, there's also physical intimacy, so physical touch may be important here. So spending quality time with someone is very important here, and I think there will be more space for love and also more space to make this relationship actually physical, and I don't mean sexually. What I mean is like an item, like an actual physical connection that's now grounded in reality with the Ace of Pentacles. The other card is the World, so starting new chapters, starting a new scene, I guess. I don't know what to call it, really. Ending the old and beginning something new, elevating the relationship again. I really do heavily feel like you'll be elevating a relationship if you're already in one. And if you're not in one, I feel like you may be meeting someone who is definitely of high caliber, and also someone who is very much on your level and can handle what you have to give, basically. Especially with the World. Well, the Ace of Pentacles too, but specifically with the World. It's such a beautiful card. It's everything. Blissful, blissful, blissful stuff. But, yeah, okay. Some of you may have to travel, or this person may have to travel to you, and whoever is the one that needs to travel will definitely be making the excursion, even if it's around the world, basically, to see you, or vice versa if you're going to see them. If this isn't about like travel around the world necessarily, then maybe it's like a, I don't know, 20-minute walk, a 3-hour drive, something like that, whatever, really. But someone's gonna put in the effort, is all I'm saying. And if it's not anything to do with actually making you know, traveling to another, then it's definitely putting in the effort for the lovely dates, for healthy romantic type of quality time. That's what I'm gonna leave it as, basically. Next cards we have are from the Rider-Waite Tarot, and we have the Ten of Cups and Judgment, hitting the jackpot right here. Okay, if you've been in a long relationship, there's potential for marriage here. There's potential for being called to elevate the relationship to like actual well, I don't even know what's the highest form of relationship. In my head, it's marriage, because obviously that's been drawn into me since I was a child, I guess, or social media, all of that jazz, basically, and religion, I guess. But yeah, if you're not into that kind of thing, then you're still elevating the relationship, to be honest. You're getting everything you've ever wanted with this person here. Or that's what it looks like in the next 2 months. So I feel like the Venus in retrograde and all of that jazz, whatever Venus is currently doing, basically, because it's not in retrograde yet, it will be going in retrograde on the 22nd of July, which is not that close, but at the same time, still close, and it's still wreaking havoc in other people's lives, aka my own, kind of, not really, whatever. But but that does translate to, you know, clearing the old and creating new pathways for the new and stuff like that, for people in general. So even if there is havoc happening currently, you're headed in the right direction with a person. So for those of you that are definitely in a relationship, you may be getting engaged, or again, actually tying the knot and getting married. And it will be happy. I do feel like this will be a fortuitous, happy, serendipitous time of time of year, really, to be honest. And it's gonna be one of the highlights of your year, I feel, in terms of love anyway. Or let's hope so, because again, the better it gets, the better it gets, and the best is always yet to come. So yeah, this is going to be one of your bests, basically. Last cards we have are from the Moon Power Tarot, and we have the Three of Cups and the Star. Oh my god, this is such lovely energy. This power is really, really, really awesome. But yeah, spending quality time together again, spending time with friends as well, maybe meshing families, friends, things like that, working together, compromising as well in a healthy way where boundaries are listened to and both individuals know how to spend time together without actually integrating themselves to the point where nobody knows where one begins and the other ends, unless in a sexual way, in which case go for it. But what the fuck is this energy right now? Anyways, yeah, spending quality time together here is important, where you actually be healing. And I feel like this will actually heal your inner child or dynamics you've seen your parents recreate, and there may be some type of repetition here, but it will have a healthy outcome, if that makes sense to anyone. I mean, it does make sense. But anyways, I'll stop doubting myself in due time. Literally. But yeah, the Star also gives me vibes that this may be in public as well. So either you will be, your actual relationship will be in public. And you know what, fair play. If those of you who have been dating and it's been not a secret, but just relatively, you know, low-key on the down low, that kind of thing, you may be meeting the friends now, you may be becoming more exposed to other people. Public displays of affection may be important here as well. Other people will basically see you happy and together and actually spending quality time together. You may prefer to be alone and stay at home and do the lovey-dovey stuff, but I do feel like wherever you end up going with this person, it will actually be very healthy and relatively inspiring to other people as well. I feel like people are going to look up to you quite a lot in terms of how you handle yourself romantically with this person and how they also, you know, handle themselves. So the way you are together, the way you've integrated, but you can still recognize who's who because, you know, you're not that lost where it's unhealthy. But yeah, there's just a really healthy amount of love here that's actually very grounded, basically, and inspiring to other people as well. So I do think that whilst you're breaking some kind of generational or familial types of trauma, I don't think everyone's going to be breaking those, to be fair, but I do feel like there will be some kind of event that will show you that, oh my god, this is a healthy type of love, you know. This dynamic could have repeated itself, but it didn't. Like, this person showed me that they actually care about me in a very, like, loving and stable manner. And I feel like this connection will just, it will grow in status, basically, but also in terms of maturity as well. It will bloom really lovelyly is what I wanted to say, in a really lovely manner, basically. And that's what I have for you. So thank you for being here. If it resonated, please feel free to stick around and watch more videos, but also if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. I don't usually say this because I feel like it's common sense and common knowledge that, you know, people do that, but I guess I have to say it now, so I might start saying it in every video, but god knows what. Anyways, thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one or the previous one. Bye! Pile 3, you have chosen the Hangman. And love messages, which I'm taking to be for the next 2 to 3 months, give or take, because that's what I told the other two piles. Okay. But yeah, Venus is going to go in retrograde on the 22nd of July, if I didn't say that already in the beginning, or if you haven't seen the other two piles, whoop. But yeah, it's not that close, but at the same time it's close enough for me to be doing this kind of reading. But either way, the setting of this reading is for the next 2 to 3 months kind of thing, so timing wise, in general. So what's going on in your love life, messages for your love life. You may have been at a standstill with somebody, or by yourself, or just waiting patiently, quite frankly, feeling like the universe wasn't really giving you the attention that you deserved, or that the attention that you required from anyone. 24 on the clock, as I said that. So some of you may have felt like you were a tiny bit trapped, maybe. For some of you, this may have been by your own volition, i.e. you maybe you put yourself in situations that you weren't meant to be in you know, i.e. being in the middle of a relationship or something like that, accidentally, without knowing, or someone put you in some kind of third party, something like that, for some people. For others, this could be that you just weren't up to dating. You didn't really want to see people. Even when they were put in your path, you were just like, what do I do with this? I have a feeling some of you may be coming out of that mentality though with the hangman here, because I do feel like when, well, you know, when he's hanging, he's getting the knowledge, the light bulb is, what is the word, it's lighting itself up. He's, all of the blood is rushing to his head and he has to think about what he wants now. He's seeing from a new perspective, quite frankly. So it doesn't have to be betrayal or some type of portrayal of what do you even call it, of discontentment, I guess. That's what I'm gonna leave it as. But yeah, I do feel like you're growing out of this mentality where you have to keep yourself to yourself, or be on standby, or just not pay attention to love, basically. I do feel like you will be paying a bit more attention to love and actually blooming. But yeah, let's see what your next cards have to say. They are from the first ones are from the Sexual Magic Tarot, the mini one. So let's see. Six of Swords and the Two of Swords. Okay. No making a decision is also a decision. I do want to say that. I'm reading these backwards, but if I'm reading them in the way they're supposed to be read, Six of Swords first, moving forward, not necessarily knowing where you're moving, but you're still moving. You're still making the damn move. You're still going forward. For some of you, this may mean that you're finally opening up yourself to romance, but it may be slow coming, because she does look a bit like, do I want this? Do I not want this? I don't really know what to do with myself here. And she looks stunning. So some of you may be opening yourself up to dating, and finally, you know, for some of you, I do feel like you're coming in with the desire to dress yourself up really nicely. And even if this has nothing to do with dating, I feel like you'll be feeling a lot better about yourself in general, and you actually want to doll up a tiny bit. So if you're a feminine or anything, or if you resonate with being a feminine, I do feel like you want to dress up, to look nice, to smell nice, all of that physical stuff basically that makes you feel like you're alive. That's not to say that you're not alive if you're not doing those things. It's just that I feel like you have a bit more of an affinity towards those kinds of things basically. Okay, some of you may have sexual dreams here with this card, with the Six of Swords. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I am getting that. You may want to move forward with a relationship, but you're waiting for to hear from this person with the Two of Swords here, and you don't know if they're gonna, you know, actually reach your expectations. That being said, with when Venus does reach its retrograde state, because it's still prograde currently, what was I gonna say, be careful, basically, in terms of how you're rethinking everything to do with well, for one, finances, because Venus does rule finances and things like that, but also your looks, and also, again, if you have Venus in the 7th or the 5th house currently, because those are the relationshipy houses, those are going to be affected the most. But also maybe the 12th house, in my opinion, because yeah, ooh, actually, never mind. The 12th house is a bit tricky with that one, because if you do start dating with someone when Venus is transiting your 12th house, by the time Venus reaches the 5th house, you're gonna be like, why on earth was I dating that person? Because the 12th house is hidden knowledge and secrets and things like that, also diseases, to be fair, and that kind of stuff. But if you start dating someone in around that period of time when you feel like you need to be alone, it's gonna come out very interesting when the rose-colored glasses finally come off, basically. But yeah, what I'm trying to get at, besides the little spiel on Venus retrograde in the 12th house or whatever, or just in general in the 12th house, not a retrograde, is that you might be rethinking what you want out of relationships here, regardless of whether or not you're dating someone or not, basically. Okay, what else is there? Love messages for your collective pile of 3. I do feel like you'll be ready today, but I also feel like you might doubt that, to be honest. Some of you may be flitting between, am I ready? Am I not ready? Should I stay in this energy, or where I don't know what I'm doing, or where I don't know what I want? I think you know what you want, but some of you may be too scared to admit it to yourselves, because if you admit it, that means that you now have to stand by it, kind of thing. So a case in point here, might be nice to journal what you want out of a relationship, or who you want as well. But yeah, personally, I want money, so if that could come to me, that would be nice. Thank you. Not even dating at this point, but go for it. Jesus. But anyways, Those are my desires. Next cards we have are from the original tarot, Ride Away tarot, and we have the Seven of Swords. Is that seven actually? 5, 6, 7. Yes, it is. And the Four of Wands. Okie dokie. If you've been in a situation that made you feel like this, we all know what this is. If you've been watching tarot for a while, you know what this is. It sucks. It's not nice. It's someone trying to steal knives before the other party can even fight back, so that they don't fight back. So it's someone being very calculated. Why am I speaking like this? Very calculated. Ay, ay, ay. And just trying to win at all costs, to be honest, but it kind of bamboozles the other side. So if you've been in a situation where you have been left bamboozled, or like you didn't know what to choose, because for whatever reason it felt like you were blindsided, you are going forward. And what you're going forward towards, let me get the card straight, is this right here, immediately. Well, I don't know about immediately, but definitely getting close to it, basically. I think, and I only say maybe not immediately because of the Two of Swords here. I feel like you still have a bit of time to choose for yourself, and you're making the decisions to choose for yourself. But whilst you're doing that, I do feel like you're gearing up to go towards this, basically. To lovely, stable, amazing, mature relationship that actually suits your needs, and you can, you know, be part of respectfully. Quite frankly, I don't even know why this is worded like that, but it is, and I do mean it. So there we have it. But yeah, I think you'll be sticking out. No, wait, what do I mean? Going away, but I forgot the term. It's something to do with. It's not sticking out though. I forgot the actual words, but it's close to that. You'll be going away from energy like this, basically. Sticking it out, maybe. No, but that's the complete opposite of what I mean. Stripping this kind of energy away from you. That's not what I mean either, but it's the closest I can get to right now. Basically, with the language I have at my disposal, which is a lot, but my mind is going a mile a minute. Anyways. I think you'll find ways basically to go away from this type of energy so that you can enter this type of energy. So for some of you, this means focusing on yourself and choosing who you date next accordingly. Basically, for some, this doesn't even mean that you will date. It just means that you'll still be choosing even if you don't end up dating, is what I mean, basically. Anyone at the moment. But I do feel like you are heading to your very much so the happy ever after kind of relationship that you've been seeking. And I do mean seeking, because if you're on this reading, then clearly you are seeking some kind of clarity, and so am I. So this is why I'm doing the reading. But there we have it. You're headed in the right direction. I feel like it's really hard to drop this kind of energy here, but once you do, once you realize how much power you actually have over your own thoughts and what you create in your reality and all of that jazz, then this is easy and it'll be stripped away. Okay, last cards we have are from the Moon Power Tarot, and we have the Page of Swords and the Empress. Taking out the knives from yourself, i.e. removing all of the stab wounds, everything that people have left you with, all of the things, the wounds which were not yours and it was never your fault, that kind of thing. If you were in a situation where someone put you in a third party or in the middle, that was not your fault. Please do not feel like it is. I don't really care. It's not. Whatever. Especially if you didn't know. But yeah, I do feel like you'll be taking out the knives out of yourself. The ones that people either inadvertently or I guess physically, literally, well, not literally, sorry, metaphorically though, put in you, basically. But yeah, freeing yourself of burdens and becoming who you're meant to be, which is the Empress, quite frankly. You are allowed to shine, you are allowed to look after yourself. The hug she's giving herself there, I mean, she's shrugging on a coat, but it does look like she's giving herself a hug. I feel like you've been embodying a lot of your motherly, feminine, gorgeous energy, and it doesn't matter if you're male or female here, but this is about the type of energy where you take care of yourself really well and you actually look after yourself, and you do the hard things that need to be done to be able to look after yourself, basically. So if there has been like debauchery, is that the word? Debacles? No, that's a different word, but same type of strain, I guess. but yeah, if there has been shit like this going on, it is getting better. You're taking out everything that's been hurting you, the pins and needles, whatever you really want to call it. Oh my god, okay, interesting. Some of you have felt punished. Some of you have been punishing yourselves over a situation that really wasn't your fault here. Or apply it how it applies. If you really do feel like it was your fault, then maybe it was. But like, I'm not here to judge you, and also I don't know your entire story because I only know my story. But or from my perspective, also this is for God knows how many people that watch. So yeah, it can only be what's the word? General. But that being said, I don't think this is your fault, so again, apply it how it applies. Please don't make it anything to do with like don't take it personal. Basically, if someone has been an absolute piece of shit to you, quite frankly, do not take it personally, because I don't think it had anything to do with you. It probably had everything to do with their own demons, and you got in the middle of it accidentally, on purpose, doesn't really matter, not your fault. But or you ended up in the middle of it, quite frankly, if you didn't get yourself in there. But yeah, you're moving forward from that. You're looking for your happily ever after, and you are getting it because you are embodying the absolute pinnacle of beautiful energy here, quite frankly. I don't know how long it will take before you get the relationship that you seek, but I do know that once you get into this state of mind, which is again in the next 2 months, this will kind of start following through. If this isn't about romance at all, then it is about spending good quality time at home, but also maybe potentially also finding a healthy family for yourself, or a healthy home for yourself. So building this type of stability in your own home life, basically, and doing it with love, but also with stability behind you, because this the Empress isn't just willy-nilly love. It's like grounded. It's very much stable, and it's there to stay, basically. But yeah, this is what I have for you. I hope it resonated. Please feel free to stick around, and also if you haven't subscribed, please do consider subscribing, because it's a natural way of things. See you in the next one, or the previous one. Bye.